He tangles there with Jared Woolley. Puck in the corner now. Woolley bumped along the boards. Chase Reid able to keep the puck in. Andonovski in the corner sends it up the boards, and the Rangers will just chip it to the blue line, but not out. Brady Martin, a nice heads-up play to keep it in. Here's Martin at the half wall, clearing it around behind the net for Mignosa off his stick. Fisher pinches in from the point, can't get control. Greyhounds relentless on the forecheck, though, as finally Woolley found the loose puck, got it to Andonovski. He'll clear it up the boards, and Edwards will finally get it out to center ice and give the Rangers a chance to complete a change. Lukasz Fischer with the puck now at his own line, getting it to Reid, ahead for Mignosa. Dropping it off to Brady Martin in front for Jeremy Martin. That hit a skate. Fischer at the point, tried to keep it in, but his pass for Chase Reid goes astray and out, and it's picked off, and here come the Rangers. Humphreys across the line, but the pitch in the Rangers get the puck out of their own zone. Here's Lamb coming into Greyhound territory. Lamb, who's had a good series so far, to Arquette. Back centering pass and headed for Ellis, and that was blocked by the Greyhounds, who collapsed in front of Carter George. Nice defensive work there. Back comes Brady Martin with a burst of speed. Martin tried to get to the net, drops it off to Fisher. There's a shot, and that one goes off the top of the bar, I believe. Fisher winds up with another shot. That was blocked as the Greyhounds keep pressing, but the Rangers are able to clear the puck out.
Lukasz Fischer, another player in this series, -6 right now. Somebody that's got to step up.
Puck is cleared in behind the Ranger net. Jeremy Martin clearing it off the boards. That's intercepted as the Rangers get it to center ice. Backhanded into the zone as Jeremy Martin knocks Edwards to the ice. Puck ends up behind the Greyhound net into the corner. Now Fisher will just clear it off the leg of Campbell to the line. And the Rangers dump it right back in as O'Reilly got it behind the Greyhound net. George clears it ahead. Jeremy Martin tried to pass for Carson Andrew. That's broken up and cleared back in by Cameron Reid of the Rangers. Carter George behind the net into the corner for Chase Reid as the Greyhounds try and break out. Pass intercepted. Here's O'Reilly to Pridham. Pridham walks in with a shot. Nice save there by George as the Hounds turned it over. O'Reilly back to Pridham. Out to the far point. Here's Campbell winding up with a wrist shot blocked by Kluche. And the Hounds can't clear. Here's a chance for Pridham in the slot. A shot goes high and over the net. Rangers with good pressure here. Puck along the boards. O'Reilly battling with Kluche. And Kluche slows things down, gets it behind the net for Fisher. And the Greyhounds will move it out after sustaining some pressure. Fisher backhands it into the corner.
Don't get me wrong, but you maybe, with that lack of depth scoring, want to try and move some around and see if you can get something going elsewhere.
Andonovski clears the puck into the corner. Now Sherratt picks it up at the blue line, gets to center. Croskery stands him up, but Sherratt gets around him. Here's Sherratt going to the net. Sherratt tried to dangle with it and ran out of real estate as the Greyhounds had it covered. And the puck is cleared back out to center ice. Brady Martin was checked, gets it back though. Ahead for Mignosa, who's got a step on his man. Mignosa tried a backhand pass, nobody there. And Andonovski battling in the corner, trips up Brady Martin. Penalty coming up to the Rangers as George comes out to settle the puck down for Winkelhofer.
Greyhound power play 1 for 9 in this series. Obviously, they'd like to improve on that here this evening in a golden opportunity early in this hockey game.
Yeah, 5 for 32 over the course of the playoffs so far for the Greyhounds as the puck is into Kitchener territory, but intercepted by the Rangers, and then they turned it over as Fisher takes the puck now. Here's Fisher dropping it off to Martin. Martin in the slot, shoots just wide. Rebound comes to the side of the net. Jeremy Martin's on it. He was quickly checked there into the boards as the Rangers try and freeze it there. Players gather, and puck is still trapped there. Now it comes out. Fisher has it. Sends it over on the far side. There's Reid with a shot. Martin on the rebound, whiffed on it. Just hopped over his stick. He had an open corner, tried to get rid of it quickly, but it didn't work out for him as the Rangers were able to clear it away. 30 seconds remaining in the Andonovski penalty. No score in the game. 7 minutes gone by in this opening period of play. Here's Fisher approaching center ice. Dumps it back to Chase Reid for Brady Martin. That didn't work as it got by him. Down the ice it goes, and it ends up being an icing call. O'Reilly in to take the face-off against Martin. He wins it. Reid behind the net for Fisher with it. Hounds have time for one more rush before the penalty expires as Fisher approaches center, drops it back. Reid assesses the situation. Straight up the ice he goes. Stick handles into the zone. Lost control of the puck. Will get it back behind the net. Sends it into the corner. Here's Mignosa rimming it around the boards for Reid. Penalty expires. Andonovski back on the ice. And Fisher couldn't get the puck as the Rangers get it to center. Andonovski stops it there, shoots it in. And the Rangers will complete a change as they successfully kill off the penalty. Back come the Greyhounds now. Martin dumps it past everybody in as well. Puck ends up going into the corner. On it first is Mignosa. Out to the point to Chase Reid with a shot, and that one deflected off a leg just wide. O'Reilly along the boards, trying to clear the puck out. Gets it back and then sends it in front of the net to Andonovski. Getting it to Pridham at the blue line. Back deep into the corner for Andonovski. And the Rangers just trying to get organized here behind their own net as Brady Martin's in on the forward check. Other four Greyhounds hanging back towards center. And Andonovski just leaves the puck there for Cameron Reid. And the Ranger captain does the same thing. Fans don't like that, becoming impatient. Now they move it. Here come the Rangers to the Greyhound blue line, but it's offside.
Have been so good at throughout the season.
Yeah, Greyhounds have definitely had the better scoring opportunities. Carter George hasn't really been tested. Rangers with a little bit of sustained pressure early in the period, but not much since, as the Greyhounds have stayed right on them. Puck goes down the ice. Campbell at the side of his own net. Rangers move it out now. Here's Sherratt. Cross ice pass hits his skate, but bounces right back to Sherratt. He's into the Greyhound zone. Sherratt stops. Lost his footing, and he's slow in getting up. Battling with Winkelhofer, and Sherratt gingerly skating back to the Ranger bench.
That did not look comfortable.
No, he's on the end of the bench though. Puck comes outside the line. Pangretich getting it over to Reid. Nice move by Reid at the blue line, and then he fans on the wrist shot as the Rangers get control of the rebound and immediately clear it to the Greyhound line. As we mentioned, Bilecki right from the front of his own net just took off out of the zone, and some pretty passing ends up in the game's first goal.
He did a really good job of finding an open lane, did Bilecki, and when he got that puck, he didn't wait long to make that back pass to Ellis.
Here come the Rangers to center ice. A pass for Pridham too far. Fisher clears it ahead and gets it back now from Andrew. Cross ice pass to Chase Reid. Reid to Kluche, who deflects it in. Bilecki playing it behind the net. Here's Pridham. Cross ice pass for Edwards. It goes right to the net. Here's a chance in front. Or count. Great save there by Carter George as the Hounds misplayed it. Bilecki and Lamb pick up the assist. Here's another shot as the Rangers continue the pressure. George can't find the puck. He's scrambling, and the Rangers keep the pressure on Pridham. Back out to the point. Andonovski to Edwards. Edwards trying to get away from Fisher. Sends it over to Andonovski. There's a shot right on. Carter George makes a glove save as Pridham and
Officials agreed.
Here's Mignosa now across the line. Getting it to Martin. His shot is blocked as the Rangers surround Brady Martin. Andonovski taken into the boards by Martin, but Andonovski got rid of the puck, and here's O'Reilly up the wing. O'Reilly across the line, a drop pass. Edwards gets around, Croskery going in with a shot. Nice save by George. And the rebound is taken away. Rangers are caught. Here's a 2-on-1. McKenzie with Chase Reid catching up. McKenzie goes in with a shot. Scores!
Big save.
Backhand shot by Martin. That not just goes high and over the net. Here's Fisher to Chase Reid, who wanted a one-time it, didn't get the right pass. Reid stays with it though, into the corner for Brady Martin. Try to get it back out to the point. Finally, the Rangers go to the power play for the second time this evening. First period action brought to you by Sault Ste. Marie Airport Development Corporation. Chase Reid in the Ranger zone. Try to get it back to Fisher. He couldn't get it. Here's a break now as O'Reilly goes in. O'Reilly with Pridham, who takes the feed. Back to O'Reilly with a shot, and Carter George got his blocker on that. Reid to Martin. Close call there as the Greyhounds got a little sloppy, and they come right back though. Here's Chase Reid into the zone. Clears it behind the net. Blocked there as Andonovski tried to clear it out, but Fisher stopped it. Fisher getting it to Reid. There's his shot. That was blocked. As Campbell tries to get it out, Reid stopped that. Cross ice pass. Here's Fisher. That one was blocked in front of the Ranger net. And the Rangers doing a terrific job of getting in front of those shots as they clear the puck down the ice. Rangers change up the penalty kill. Greyhounds win the draw, but puck is taken away and cleared down the ice by the Rangers as Chase Reid clears it off a skate out to center ice, knocked down there by Lamb. Lamb, cross ice pass. Rangers, Edwards to Ellis in front with a redirect. And that was a close call there for the Rangers. Reid to Mignosa. Mignosa looking for Brady Martin cross ice. Pass is picked off. Edwards tried to get it to Lamb. That was intercepted by Reid. He clears it down the ice, and Campbell has it for the Kitchener Rangers. Stops behind his own net. Mignosa pursues, forcing Campbell to move it, and the Rangers just clear it away. Here's Reid of the Greyhounds to Brady Martin. He'll wrist it in. It comes out of the corner. Greyhounds will have McKenzie take the face-off, and from the draw, the puck goes into the Ranger zone, and Andonovski takes control. McKenzie and Jeremy Martin, the forward units. Edwards and O'Reilly for the Kitchener Rangers. Andonovski at the Greyhound blue line. Long shot goes into the corner. Picked up there by Cameron Reid, getting it to O'Reilly. Fisher watching him closely. Now Reid picks it up behind the net. Andonovski creeping in from the point, expecting a pass, didn't get one. It's Reid back at the blue line. Nice job by Edwards to keep the puck in momentarily at least, and then it came out as the Rangers maybe try to get a little too fancy. Now Reid gets away from McKenzie. He'll only be hit by Chase Reid near the Greyhound corner. Now the Hounds break out of their own zone. Here's Fisher approaching the Ranger line to Jeremy Martin, but he was already in from the face-off. Here's Fisher getting out of his own zone, but lost control of the puck. And Reid with it now. Reid forced back by the checking of Travis Hayes. 16 seconds remaining. The offsetting minor penalties. Here come the Rangers to center ice. Sherratt gains the Greyhound zone. Cuts to his right. Face-off circle. Passes it off into the corner. Turn feed. Now it's back out to the point for Reid. Shot. And that one goes wide. Brady Smith tries to get the puck out. Finally does. Penalized players come back on the ice. With the puck, will send it in. George leaves it behind the net. So the teams will at full strength. And Fisher. Pass to Chase Reid. Here the Rangers. O'Reilly went to the bench and gave Chase Reid a slash across the forearm as he was going by. Here's Reid now. Coming to center, passing it off to Mignosa. Mignosa denied entry into the Rangers zone, and the Rangers cleared back down the ice. George leaving it for Fisher. 40 seconds remaining in the Campbell penalty. Here comes Brady Martin up the wing. Martin barrels his way into Ranger territory, but knocked off the puck by Romano. Then Kluche bumped with Romano. The puck came loose and cleared down the ice immediately by Sherratt.
No puck support on that forecheck there once it got away from Martin, and then Kluche, there was nobody there to help out.
Here's Fisher. Across the line, he gets poke checked. Andonovski will clear the puck away. So the Hounds have not been able to get any pressure on Kirsch here during this power play, which will expire in 5 seconds. Chase Reid across the line. He gets turned around, but follows the puck into the corner. Pridham finds it. Rangers back to full strength. Brady Martin across the ice to Chase Reid with it. There's a shot. That one went off the body of Mignosa in front. Rangers get up the ice. Here's Campbell, who just came out of the penalty box into Greyhound territory. Dumps it behind the net into the corner. It goes. Pridham clears it off the boards. Arquette stopped it. Goes to the front of the net. His shot goes wide. Pridham at the side of the Greyhound net. Behind the net it goes for Arquette. He tries to pass it in front. It goes off a skate, or stick rather. Andonovski's able to keep it in. Rangers with some pressure now. And finally that's broken up as Laus gets it out to Brady Martin. Tried the return pass too far, so tried to stick handle with it, got checked, and back come the Kitchener Rangers into Greyhound territory. Lachar in there with Anstis. And behind the net, that was broken up. Laus tied up in the corner, kicked the puck loose to Chase Reid. He got it to Winkelhofer on the other side, who clears it down the ice too far for Brady Martin. Campbell clears it away. Anstis getting it to Lachar. Here's Lachar trying to crash the net. goes to the side of the goal, lost control of the puck, and the Greyhounds head back up the ice. Brady Martin deflects it into the Ranger corner. Cameron Reid back to get it. Passes it off in the corner to Campbell. Up the boards, here's Humphreys finding it in Greyhound territory. A backhand pass too far for Romano. Greyhounds can't get it out though. Campbell with a shot from the point, wide of the net. A rebound is cleared outside the line and retrieved by Cameron Reid. Rangers get it deep into Greyhound territory. Around the net it goes. Kept in at the corner by Romano. Near the half wall now, the Greyhounds trying to take it away from Humphreys, who lets a shot go, and that one was stopped by George, who took it up high. Chase Reid now turns it up as he skates down the ice to Kluche. Across the line, Kluche with a wrist shot that goes high and wide of the net. Romano plays the bounce off the glass, gets to center as Kluche bumps him. Puck goes to the side of the net. George had trouble with that, but manages to get it to Fisher. 10:35 left to go in the second period of play, a 1-1 tie.
This game is moving right along.
Here come the Greyhounds now as Kaczynski drops it off. There's a shot that just goes. Kitchener Rangers with the puck in front of their own net. Just bounces outside the zone on the clear-out attempt, and Campbell picks it up and wrists it in, and then Campbell gets hammered into the boards by Louse, and that's going to be...
No.
Here come the Greyhounds off the face-off. Dumped in by Kluche. Fitzgerald going after it against Woolley. And Janowski gets checked. Kluche back out to the point to Croskery with it. Croskery to Reid. Back to Sharon. Sharon just dumped it into the corner. Fitzgerald battling there with Andonovski. The puck comes loose. Battling along the wall there is Woolley and Sharon. Fitzgerald gets in there. The puck comes loose, and Romano is able to find it and clear it ahead to Sherratt. Long pass for Woolley on the far side into Greyhound territory. Woolley centered it, deflected just wide of the net. Croskery into the corner with it to Chase Reid. He'll clear it ahead for Kaczynski. Kaczynski to Fitzgerald. He shoots it in high and wide of the Ranger net. Campbell picks up the rebound, sends it out to center ice. That goes off a stick, and the Greyhounds retrieve it at their own line. Here's Carson Andrew deflecting a pass into the Rangers. Face-off coming to the left of Kirsch as Pridham takes possession of the puck. Here's Pridham getting it into Greyhound territory. Reid there covering, chops it ahead. Mignosa, a cross-ice pass. Here come the Greyhounds into Ranger territory. Marco Mignosa stops, clears it into the corner, and Janowski collides there with Louse. Woolley gets the puck. Tried to backhand it ahead. Edwards fell down, back up again, gets the puck and sends a lead pass to Pridham. Pridham has a step on Croskery, but a nice recovery there by the Greyhound defenseman. Now here's a chance for Edwards going in, and goes and scores! Edwards! One. Rangers win the draw. Andonovski clearing it around the boards for Arquette. He got it out to center, and Chase Reid recovers. Here's Reid in his own zone, dropping it off to Winkelhofer. Pass to Kluche. He'll clear it in, but right onto a Ranger stick, and Lamb takes off for the Rangers. Across the Greyhound line, Lamb will just flip it in behind the net. Picked up by Reid. There's a Here's Chase Reid up the boards for Mignosa. Coming to center with Brady Martin, who takes the feed. Martin going in on goal, shot, scores! Brady Martin with a wrister
Just a picture perfect.
And ironically, it came right after the Rangers' glorious opportunity, thanks to save. Tried to dump the puck in. It was blocked. Here's now Sherratt across the line. Hounds can't clear. Mignosa and Reid assists at the 1:41 mark of the period of play. Woolley with the puck in his own zone, avoids a check from Louse, and Greyhounds putting up the pressure on the Rangers now, but Woolley is able to get out, gets to center. Taken into the boards. Hayes clears the puck out. Ellis intercepts the pass, gets it to Arquette. Arquette will dump it in as Chase Reid gets it ahead to Winkelhofer. Winkelhofer got it to center ice. Loos cleared it in, but the Rangers dump it right back out. Ellis of Kirsch. Brady Martin against Luca Romano in the face-off circle. Hounds win the draw. Here's Fisher with a shot that's blocked by Romano. Comes right back to Fisher. Up the wall it goes for Chase Reid, to the side of the net for Brady Martin. Back out to Reid. Quinn McKenzie parks himself in front. Fisher fans on a reverse shot, and that gives the Rangers possession of the puck. And it's cleared in from center as Fisher comes back to get it from Carter George. Greyhounds 2, Kitchener Rangers 2. 4 minutes gone in this third period of play. Puck cleared outside the Ranger zone. Fisher takes a look around, decides to pass it off to Brady Martin. He'll rim it around the boards. Woolley waiting for it, pokes it ahead to Humphreys, and he'll backhand it down the ice. Carter George coming way out of his net to play it near the corner. Just pokes it ahead to Fisher, to Martin.
The zone entries just have to be better if you're the Greyhounds. This is kind of abysmal at this point.
Here's Reid into the Ranger zone, whipping it around the boards for McKenzie. McKenzie leaves it for Mignosa. Mignosa has tried to step in front, and his shot didn't get through. Reid of the Rangers fails to clear. Here's Chase Reid now with a shot. High and over the net. Rebound. McKenzie tries to bank it in off Kirsch. But the Rangers...
It's going to be 4-on-4 for 20 seconds, and then Greyhounds will be shorthanded.
Martin wins the face-off. Here's Chase Reid, leaving it behind the net. Brady Martin takes control. Martin to Chase Reid, across the line. Reid looks around, decides to feed Martin. There's a shot, and that was blocked. As the Ranger player got in the way of that. That was Edwards, and he's shaken up. Puck comes loose. O'Reilly out of the penalty box, gets control of the puck. Here's Pridham across the line. Pridham, a pass in front, they score! Edwards again! What a beautiful scoring play there as Brady Smith in the circle. O'Reilly wins the draw. Andonovski clears it around the boards. Edwards couldn't deflect it out. It ends up behind the net. Rangers stay with it though. Edwards. Clear out attempt was blocked. Greyhounds keep pressing. Here's a chance in front, but the pass for Smith was intercepted, and Pridham starts back. Pridham dumping it in. Sharon has it in the corner, clearing it up the boards. It gets past everybody out to the blue line. Bilecki takes control. Bilecki getting it over to Diracolo. He'll shoot it in. George out of the net gets a piece of it. Rangers right in after it, but can't get it as Mignosa starts back to Martin. Brady Martin across the line, hard wrist shot. That one deflects off a stick and wide of the net. Sherratt tries to get the rebound out and gets it ahead to Romano. Luca Romano across the line, slips it through to Humphreys. His shot is blocked by Fisher. That caught him in the facial area, and then Humphreys is laboring heading back to the bench as he took a stick, I believe, in the midsection. In the corner, Chase Reid with the puck. Bumped by Sherratt. Puck comes loose. Arquette finds it near the face-off circle. Arquette throws it out to the point. Cameron Reid with a shot that was blocked by Brady Martin. And the Greyhounds will get it out. Fitzgerald backhands it into Ranger territory zone. And it gets knocked off the puck. Cleared down the ice. Chase Reid comes out with Winkelhofer. Reid over for Brady Smith, who hops on the ice. And then he gets hit into the boards by O'Reilly. Greyhounds keep the puck in Ranger territory. Backhand shot by Chase Reid is blocked. Diracolo mixing it up the side of the net. Knocks down Smith. Here's Carson Andrew whipping it around the boards, waiting for it. Winkelhofer, he had to get rid of it quickly. Sharon with a shot. That was blocked. Here's a race for the loose puck. Now O'Reilly. And great defensive play there by Winkelhofer as O'Reilly was going in all alone. There's a shot by Sharon who makes the save.
Well, I would have liked them to have that save. Those are pretty tough saves to make, and right now the Greyhounds need to find that desperation.
And they had the edge in shots. Greyhounds with 20, the Rangers with 17. Puck in Greyhound territory now. Cleared to the blue line. Brady Martin heads out with Reid. Chase Reid with some speed. Tried to get it back to Martin. The pass was behind him. Rangers tried to clear it out, but it hit a leg. Puck goes to the open wing. A race for it now. The Rangers will get there first, and it's cleared outside the zone. Reid recovers, getting it to Brady Martin at center. Martin knocked aside, but he got the puck in. Side of the net. Kirsch had to be careful there. Here's O'Reilly picking up the puck now. O'Reilly will shoot it in from center. George out of the net to play it. Backhands it to Chase Reid, who gets it on the far side for Winkelhofer to Loos. Loos taken away from him by Edwards. Good back check there by the Ranger forward. Loose puck cleared to the Ranger line and right back out again. That time it hit somebody on the Ranger. Pridham is going to the Rangers locker room. He was getting some attention there to his facial area by the training staff.
I think he took a high stick from Chase Reid.
Yep, so he goes off. And the puck is cleared down the ice. So this is going to be an icing call against the Kitchener. And finally the puck is dropped as Andonovski takes it into the corner and gets knocked to the ice by Cloutier. Here's a chance for Martin, and as he was getting set to shoot it, he lost control and it goes down the ice. Winkelhofer ahead for Cloutier to Brady Martin. Here's Martin across the Ranger line. Ellis trying to check him. Martin fights him off. Continues on into the corner. Gets the puck to Mignosa, out to Croskery. Over to Chase Reid. Reid to the side of the net for Martin. That goes off his stick. And Ellis clears it up the dasher for Humphreys. Humphreys couldn't get it out as he was mugged there by Chase Reid. Now his shot is blocked, and finally the Rangers are able to clear it away. Brady Martin, hard pass to Chase Reid. Ahead for Sharon, he's poke checked. Mignosa knocked away from him by Ellis, and it's back in Greyhound territory. Croskery getting it to Reid. For Fitzgerald up the middle. To Sharon, back to Fitzgerald. I haven't seen Pridham back on the Ranger bench yet. Hopefully he's okay, but went for some attention. Here's a shot, they score! Chase Reid right off the faceoff, picks the top shelf, and the Sioux Greyhounds, just 4 seconds into the power play, tie it at 3.
I'm going to pat myself on the back. Earlier this game I said, when the Greyhounds power play is good, they're putting pucks on net. When it's not, they're being very passive. Right off the draw, Reid takes the shot.
And regain their lead. And for Mr. Edwards, his third goal of the hockey game. .14:43 unassisted goal by Edwards. His third of the night. So 4-3 Kitchener with 4.5 minutes left to go. Greyhounds back in Ranger territory. And here come the Rangers now. Sherratt shooting it in. George at the side of the net. Clears it into the corner for Lukasz Fischer. He couldn't get it. O'Reilly intercepts. Getting it to Sherratt. Sherratt back to O'Reilly in the corner, right wing side. O'Reilly backhands it behind the net for Sherratt. Into the corner, Edwards again, and this time no deflection, and then Cloutier takes a shot. Edwards to O'Reilly. He'll shoot it in. Chase Reid has it behind the net. 5 seconds left in the Cloutier penalty. And now less than a minute to go as Cloutier steps back on the ice, and here come the Greyhounds. Carter George on the bench in favor of an extra man. Empty net for the Rangers to shoot at. Puck is cleared down the ice. Pridham battling with McKenzie for it, and McKenzie holds off Pridham. Here's Hayes for Fischer. Lukasz Fischer coming to center ice, and that puck deflects off a stick into the corner. Chase Reid is in deep, battling there. Hayes gets in there as well. It comes back to the point. There's a chance for the Greyhounds. Mignosa with a shot that deflects just wide. As the rebound comes loose, Lukasz Fischer with it. Fischer in the corner. Behind the net is a chance for McKenzie, but he couldn't get it. And the Rangers will just clear it away as Chase Reid gets it ahead. That's intercepted by O'Reilly. Back into the zone, and that'll be it. The Kitchener Rangers will take a stranglehold on this series.